Have you ever stepped into an elevator, pressed the button for the 50th floor, and felt that brief flutter in your stomach? You are locking yourself inside a heavy metal box dangling by a steel thread hundreds of feet in the air. Yet you likely check your phone or fix your hair without a second thought. Why aren't we terrified? Because hidden just behind the walls of that shaft is one of the most brilliant, fail-proof mechanical systems ever engineered. Today, we're exploring the hidden system that stops elevators from falling, a simple mechanical marvel that literally shaped the modern world, right here on Simple Things Surprising Histories. To understand modern elevator safety, we have to go back to 1854. Before then, elevators were mostly just cargo hoists. People refused to ride them because the ropes holding them frequently snapped, sending everything plummeting to the ground. Enter Elisha Otis, an American mechanic with a flair for showmanship. At the 1854 Crystal Palace exhibition in New York, Otis gathered a massive crowd for a death-defying demonstration. He stood on an open elevator platform, hoisted high above the audience. Then he gave a shocking order. He had an assistant cut the only rope holding him with an axe. The crowd gasped as the rope severed. The platform dropped, but only for a split second. With a loud, heavy clank, it abruptly stopped. Otis famously declared, "All safe, gentlemen, all safe." He hadn't invented the elevator. He'd invented the world's first elevator safety brake. And with that single stunt, the modern skyscraper was born. So how did Otis cheat gravity? He realized that relying on a rope not to break was a fool's errand. Instead, he designed a system that reacted the exact moment it failed. Otis attached a large leaf spring, shaped a bit like an archery bow, to the top of the elevator car. The hoisting rope was tied to the center of this spring, pulling it tightly upward under the heavy weight of the platform. Running along both sides of the elevator shaft were wooden guide rails with saw-toothed notches cut into them. As long as the rope held tension, the spring stayed bent and clear of the rails. But the exact second the rope snapped, the spring violently snapped flat, jamming its metal ends directly into the saw-toothed rails. The elevator locked in place instantly. It was pure genius. Gravity itself was used to trigger the brakes. Today, Otis's spring has evolved into an incredibly sophisticated mechanical guardian. First, modern elevators are no longer supported by one rope. They are held by multiple thick braided steel cables. A single one of these cables is strong enough to hold a fully loaded car entirely on its own. But what if all the cables somehow magically snapped or the motor completely failed? That's when the true hero of the modern high-rise takes over, the Overspeed governor. Hidden away in the machine room is a heavy-duty pulley with a dedicated steel cable that spins as the elevator moves up and down. If the elevator ever exceeds its rated speed by about 15%, physics takes the wheel. Inside the spinning governor are heavy metal flyweights. As the wheel spins too fast, centrifugal force pushes those weights outward. They swing out and catch a ratchet, immediately locking the governor wheel. When that wheel stops, it violently jerks its cable. This yank pulls up mechanical levers underneath the elevator car, deploying heavy metal wedges directly into the steel guide rails. The massive friction acts like a giant clamp, bringing the free-falling car to a smooth, controlled halt. No electricity or computers are required, just pure, undeniable physics. And as an absolute last resort, giant hydraulic buffers sit at the very bottom of the shaft to safely cushion the car. Thanks to a clever mechanic with an axe and over a century of brilliant engineering, the elevator is statistically the safest mode of mechanized transport in the world. You are actually far safer inside a lift than you are walking up a flight of stairs. So the next time you ride one, take a moment to appreciate the invisible cables, the spinning governors, and the heavy wedges working tirelessly in the dark to keep you suspended safely in the sky. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden history of everyday things, please hit that like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe to Simple Things Surprising Histories. See you in the next episode.